Well, Rotimi Fakaejo, an equities trader, joins me now to review the performance of oil and gas stocks for the third quarter and, of course, take a look at what mostly they'll be finishing off as well for this fourth quarter as well. Good morning to you, Rotimi.
Good morning, Harry.
It's great to have you join me on the program. So the third quarter of the year was mixed for most companies listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. But taking a look at oil and gas stocks, how would you rate their performance?
Well, it depends on whether you want to rate them all together or you want to rate them exclusively.
So let's do the general. Let's look at how the index, because there are a number of them that are listed on the exchange that, make up the oil and gas index as we have it. But just give us an overall performance for the index, and then we can begin to focus on the equities.
Okay. For the quarter-to-date position of the oil and gas index, we had it at 3.71% positive for the quarter-to-date. But for the year-to-date, we're still having it at negative 5.76% year-to-date position. But now, if you x-ray them individually, you will see that Total has the best performance among them all, with a year-to-date increase in the performance of it to the tune of about 120%, followed by Mobile with 25.9%, and also corn oil 32.7%. But the laggards in that particular sector for the year-to-date position are the likes of Forte Oil, Owando, and also MRS. Likewise, we've seen a very good performance year-to-date from Seplat PLC as well. It's having about 74.9%. But to me, I believe that these stocks still have the tendency to do better, most especially Total, which is having a very robust earnings per share as at present, and the likelihood of paying over 20 naira final dividend for when the year ends in December 31st. So I still believe that the outlook for the oil and gas sector is still very attractive, and I believe that if the investors put money into that particular sector, at least some of them, I believe that they will still be able to have something to show for it.
So we have 7 oil and gas stocks we track. We've got most of them you've mentioned: corn oil, Mobile, Forte Oil, MRS, Owando, Seplat, and Total. Now, for the best performers, Total, Mobile, corn oil are the top 3. And most will be particularly surprised that Forte Oil was among the laggards for the quarter just ended, particularly as we saw improved investors' appetite towards that particular equity.
Well, to me, if you look at it, for the highest price that the Forte Oil has been this year, that is about 337 naira, and relative to 165, that is less than 50%. And for that reason, I believe investors believe that that stock is not going to close the year at the level that it is. So yeah, it is expected that there will be a high appetite for the stock. And at the same time, investors believe that there could be better improvement on the part of the pricing of that stock. And also for Mobile, I believe also that they may likely pay a better dividend than they did pay last year. And that also will portend to higher increase in the price of that stock.
For you, Rotimi, do you think that these oil and gas stocks, the way they are, do you think they're still trading at their fair value?
Well, it depends on which one you are looking at, and it depends on the perspective with which you are looking at it. If we are looking at Owando PLC, I think this year is done 2.97 kobo, and at the time also it's got into as high as 6.50 kobo. So I believe that for that stock and for the potential that it still has, in spite of the bad performance in the past, I still believe that is pricing lower than what it is. But MRS has not really given investors a very good tools in the past year. So we may not really be able to adjust whether it is rightly priced as it is or not. Corn oil fluctuates now and then. For that one, we may just set it aside as well. But for Total, which has the potential of paying as much as 30 naira dividend, even cumulative for the year, I believe that at 10% yield, the stock at 300 naira is still very much properly valued. Likewise, Mobile. And like I said earlier on, for 40 oil, I believe the price it is right now is lower than what the original value should be. So I believe it's still going to trend higher than what it is presently.
So as investors and the markets community actually wait for Q3 results to come in, foreign exchange volatility, a roller coaster oil price, and constant vandalism of oil pipelines continues to be an issue for some of these players. What's your outlook for most of these companies as they post their results? Do you think we should expect to see very bloody numbers coming in from these companies, or you expect to see them have their head above water?
Well, I think if we will be looking at the quarterly result ended September 30th exclusively, it may not really be as bad as people will expect. But if it is the cumulative 9 months, then definitely we may not really see a very robust result coming from them all. But I see at least an improvement over the quarterly result between April and June. I see the one coming for third quarter being better than the one of second quarter in exclusivity now. But if you want to look at it cumulatively, I think it may not really be as worthwhile. But it as well depends on the stock that we'll be looking at. I still believe the likes of GT Bank, the likes of Nigerian Breweries, and even Dangote Cement may still be able to at least not be a disappointment to investors.
All right. Thank you so much, Rotimi, for your perspectives this morning.